Hey y'all, welcome back to Unfiltered but Still Covered. Say it with me, honest conversations, grace still applied. Now listen, before we even get started, if your family got one secret everybody knows about, but nobody's supposed to mention, baby trust, this episode's already uncomfortable. And why do families act like asking one honest question is a federal offense? Don't ask about Uncle Rick. Okay, but now I want to know about Uncle Rick, because why not? Because let's be for real. Some families don't communicate, they conceal. Today, in this episode, we're going to talk about family, the love, the loyalty, the dysfunction, the silence, the grudges, and the secrets. Because, baby, some families don't pass down healing, they pass down survival tactics. And I think a lot of us grew up learning how to survive emotionally before we ever learned how to communicate emotionally. Right? Some of us learned how to stay quiet, which translates to keep your mouth shut. You're talking too much. Don't rock the boat. Don't question elders. Stay out of grown folks' business. Keep family business in the house. What goes on at 2300 Jackson Street stays at 2300 Jackson Street. Smile through tension. Act normal in public. And pretend hurt doesn't hurt. But baby, some of us learn how to survive family before we ever learn how to feel safe inside of a family. Whew, that's a gem right there. And really, hidden pain does not become healed just because nobody talks about it. Come on now. Now, let's talk about how families hold grudges for centuries. Okay, I'll say decades, but same thing for a long time. Somebody forgot to bring sweet potato pie to a reunion in 2008, or they did bring it and it tasted like a fusion. Them raisins, yeah. And now two sides of the family don't speak over potato salad. Whole cousins inheriting beef they wasn't even alive for. They weren't even alive when it started. We don't fool with them, but why? Because your grandma and her cousin fell out over what? Nobody knows. And then, why does family members communicate through middlemen? I heard Peach's son graduated. I don't fool with his mama, but tell him congratulations. Girl, it's 2026. You have unlimited talk and text. Tell him yourself. But underneath this funny stuff, because y'all know I got good jokes, a lot of families are really truly carrying deep silence. Stuff everybody feels, but nobody explains, like addiction, affairs, abandonment, favoritism, mental health struggles. That's a big one because we don't always recognize that it's a mental health issue. Financial secrets, a lot of resentment. And everybody knows something happened. But instead of healing it, the family just learns how to decorate around dysfunction. Sweeping things under the rug. And honestly, let's talk about them kids. Because they feel tension even when adults are hiding the details. Them babies know. If we can feel the bitterness, the awkwardness, the resentment, And you can feel everybody just in here faking, pretending. Them kids can too. A lot of us learn how to read a room before we learn how to read a book and process emotions. Mm, that's probably why some people can sense tension immediately because that's what their survival mode taught them how to do. And then, mm, like growing up around stuff like that just teaches you how to maneuver, right? Like you learn which relatives can handle honesty, which one's going to blow up when they're confronted, which conversations require wisdom, and which family members you can only deal with in small doses. That's when the who all gonna be there plays a part at the family barbecue or the family function. Who coming? Because, baby, some family events require strategy. Let's be for real. Okay, if Aunt so and so gonna be there, I gotta leave before that dark liquor kick in. Because once she start drinking, it's gonna be an argument. Avoid the kitchen after 8. That's where she be hanging out, arguing with people. Goodness gracious. Because once somebody starts talking louder than necessary, yeah, you know it's over. The family function is about to fumble. It's about to collapse. And some relatives don't want the healed version of you. They want permanent access to the version they had control over. Oh, baby. They keep bringing up old mistakes, old seasons, old versions of you. Even when God didn't change your whole heart, they don't see that, they don't recognize that. And honestly, ain't that exhausting? You know what I'm saying? That's tired. You have to keep explaining who you are. Stop it. We ain't got to keep doing that. Because eventually you realize some people only know how to connect through dysfunction. If there's no gossip, no chaos, no tension, they don't even know how to interact. Some people don't know how to connect without dysfunction because dysfunction is the family language, right? And somewhere along the way, I realized something. Love should not feel like emotional survival. I also realized family ain't always blood. And can I be honest? Some of the gentlest love I've ever experienced did not come from people related to me. And honestly, that realization hurt me before it healed me. Mm-hmm. It did. Sometimes family is like the friend that'll check on you consistently. Family's the church mother who will pray with you without needing any details. Or the coworker that notices you're smiling real fake. Or the mentor that corrects you without humiliating you. Correct me privately, not publicly. Let me say it again. Correct me privately, not publicly. I cannot stand public embarrassment. That is like my biggest pet peeve in the world. Don't act no fool. And we in the middle of wherever we in the middle of. I'm just going to politely turn around and walk away. And that's probably partially because I have been growing up in a situation where I was embarrassed as a 10-year-old by a relative publicly, and nobody helped. Nobody helped. So now I'm conditioned to where I do not like that. Sometimes family is simply the people who made you feel emotionally safe for the first time. And baby, when you spend your whole life around tension, healthy love can feel suspicious at first. So, what exactly does healthy love actually really look like? Healthy love is calm, not boring, just calm. Healthy love doesn't push you with silence. Healthy love doesn't weaponize your vulnerability later. Healthy love doesn't make you nervous every time your phone rings and that name pops up. Healthy love allows honesty. Healthy love lets you disagree without threatening abandonment. That one's strong. And people who love you correctly don't enjoy keeping you emotionally anxious. Now, if you look at toxic love versus healthy love, toxic love keeps score, right? Healthy love keeps grace. Toxic love constantly reminds you who you used to be. Healthy love definitely acknowledges growth. Toxic love makes you perform for acceptance, but healthy love, you finally get to exhale. And maybe that's why some people struggle with healthy love, because peace feels unfamiliar when chaos raises you. Have we discussed that before? Right? And generational hurt, this is why healing matters, because unresolved pain, oh, it leaks. It leaks. It leaks into parenting, into marriages, into communication, into conflict. Sometimes you're not just dealing with somebody's personality, you're dealing with generations of unspoken hurt that's just been layered into emotional dysfunction. And can we really talk about how painful it is to grieve people that are still alive? Because sometimes the hardest grief isn't death. Sometimes it's accepting that certain people may never love you the way you need it. That kind of grief, that right there, that's quiet. The closest people in my life are people my mama helped place around me before she passed. And I was already building those relationships before she left. And they all came from church. Now, there's a couple cousins out here that I talk to, but the people who consistently check on me, remember my birthday, pray with me, celebrate my growth, they're not blood related. And honestly, that's okay. My mama was amazing. Let me say that. And I love that little lady forever. But I found relationships and people who are not related to me and who still love me like I am. I don't really talk to, you know what I'm saying? One uncle on a consistent basis who knows my life and what's going on. I'm not mad about it. But let me ask y'all something. What's something families normalize that actually needs healing? Those family secrets, that uncle that you can't leave your kids around. Everybody know why, but ain't nobody said why. And he be at every family function. And have you ever been loved better by people who were not blood related to you? Because that right there, that's a conversation. That's real. I think one of the hardest parts of adulthood is grieving the family dynamic that we hope for. Not everybody grew up in emotionally safe environments. Some people grew up around silence, pride, competition, manipulation, unspoken hurt. But healing teaches you something important. We are allowed to stop normalizing love that constantly wounds you. We are allowed to choose peace. We are allowed to create healthier environments for us and our kids. And if God sends people into your life that love you gently, consistently, and honestly, please don't minimize that blessing just because they don't share your bloodline. Because some people are relatives by DNA, and some people become family by the way they care for your soul. Some families inherit land, recipes, silence. And silence has a way of becoming sickness when nobody interrupts it. Maybe healing starts when somebody finally decides to tell the truth. Talk about what Uncle so-and-so did. Get him help, y'all. Get him help. And please stop normalizing, well, so-and-so's your mama. Well, that's your uncle. Well, that's your daddy. So, even if their voice shakes while saying it, they know. Listen, love those who love you. Grieve those who don't. And be okay with being you and the growth that you are presenting. It's okay. It's okay. This has been unfiltered but still covered. Honest conversations. Grace still applies.